All right, guys, this is going to be your demonstration of how to do the prone position. I've got my shooting jacket off the wall already. I'll put the shooting jacket on, and I'm going to get me a shooting glove from the bucket here, right-handed shooting glove. I'm going to put the sling on. All right, this is the shooting sling. Remember, you don't have to actually buckle these or button any of this stuff up. You can if you want, but you don't have to for what we're doing here. Get the shooting sling. You got a loop with a rubberized side of it, 2 plastic buckles, and a metal sling swivel. We're going to put our arm through the upper loop that has the rubberization in it. Put our left arm, if we're a right-handed shooter, put our left arm in there like this. If you need to snug it up, hold on to it just a little bit, give yourself a little tension, and pull the tail there and snug it up a little bit. Don't make a tourniquet out of this thing though, okay? That's bad. When you look down, you should see 2 buckles like that, okay? On top, the 2 black buckles like that. If you look down and you're seeing just nylon, whenever you actually get slung up, it's going to pinch your arm a little bit. So make sure that you look down and you see your 2 buckles like that. Now the length of your sling, if you'll turn your arm to a 90 degree, your sling swivel should be about right here. So we're going to pull on the tail and shorten this up to about right there. Now this is just a rule of thumb. We're going to have to adjust this fine in just a minute, but that's how we're going to start. All right. So now I'm going to go down to the rifle. You can pick the rifle up and you can point the rifle either straight up in the air or straight down range. That's the only safe directions we have here. So the hand stop on this thing is movable. We can loosen this up and move it, and you're going to have to really get in a position to kind of feel out where it works best for you. I'm going to just put it right here to start. I'm going to attach the sling to the rifle. Okay, so we got this socket we put here, push the button on the back, locks us to it. When we're ready to come off later on, we'll push and that'll bring us off. Okay, so we're locked onto the rifle. Now I'm going to take my glove, controlling the muzzle, not pointing it at my head, and I'm going to put the shooting glove on. Okay, remember this is a right-handed shooting glove and it's going on my left hand. All right, so I've got my shooting glove on. Now I'm going to wrap into the sling. When I wrap into the sling, I'm going to bring my hand to my face, over the sling, and then under the rifle, like that. Okay, so to my face, over the sling, under the rifle, and now I'm slung up to the rifle. Notice I don't have to hang onto the rifle. I'm attached to it by the pressure of the sling. Okay, the sling is supporting the weight of the rifle. Now when I get into the position, I'm going to put my elbow down, my left elbow, as close as I can get to my spotting scope. All right, so when I go down, control my muzzle, it stays down range. I'm going to put my elbow pretty close to the spotting scope. So when I put the butt of the rifle in the pocket of my shoulder, I can, with just a little bit of movement, check my spotting scope. Actually, I should have that scope just a little bit lower. Okay, so now when I'm in the position, remember how we talked about before, your hand is open, it's just a platform. Your elbow is as much under the rifle as you can get it. Good amount of tension on your sling. Your left toe should be either out or in, but not straight down. If it's straight down, it's going to wiggle, and that's going to wiggle the rifle. So toe out, cock your leg, trigger side elbow and trigger side hand. Trigger side hand is going to pull it back into the pocket of your shoulder, and you can take any cant out because the sling will sometimes twist the rifle. You can pull it back out with this hand. Now the turkey neck and cheek weld. If you're not careful, you'll randomly put your face on the gun. If you do that, it's not a consistency. And consistency is going to make you as a shooter. You've got to do everything the same every time. So what you're going to do is you're going to fully extend your neck. That's the turkey neck. That way it's a point of consistency, and then stick it or weld it, cheek weld, to the rifle, and there you go. Okay, so what you're going to do on the first day when we're not actually shooting, you're going to take your chamber flag out, you can simulate loading, and then pretend like you're shooting. Okay, unload, pretend like you're loading, and pretend like you're shooting. All right, now when you do that a few times, get comfortable doing it. When you're doing a real shooting day though, you're going to be shooting a couple of rounds. You're going to check your spotting scope, see how you're doing, come back, adjust your sights if you need to, and continue on shooting. Now, I'm going to show you something that's a little bit of rifle magic. It's called natural point of aim. If you'll come around behind me and look at me that way. When you're adjusting your position, okay, when you get behind the rifle, I want you to get behind the rifle with your eyes closed. When you open your eyes and look through the sight, pay attention to where the gun's pointed. Wherever that gun's pointed, that's your natural point of aim. You should be able to lay here relaxed, and the rifle will just lay there. If you're trying to force the rifle to where you want to shoot, that's going to cause you to fatigue. How we're going to fix that, we can make the rifle line up with anything we want to hit by adjusting our position, our natural point of aim. Now, if I need to go to the right, I'm going to shift my hips to the left. So if I shift my hips to the left, you see that moves the rifle to the right. I need to go take the rifle to the left, I shift my hips to the right. Then I just lay here, and the rifle will point wherever I want it to. If I need to come up or down, I shift my hips forward or back, okay? So if I need the rifle to come up, I shift my hips back, and that raises the rifle. If I need to come down, I shift forward, and that lowers the rifle. But my elbow never moves. That's my pivot point, okay? If you'll use that natural point of aim, you can literally shoot this target. That target you're seeing there, you can literally shoot that target with your eyes closed and make an 80 on it, okay? So you don't have to put a whole lot of work into it if you'll use the natural point of aim correctly, okay? Hope this helps you guys. Stay safe.